Okay, so this is technically my first thing, job, whatever I'm doing in my shop. It feels good to work in my shop, don't get me wrong, but no power, no lights. It's still hot, and it's not the Evo. But I digress. The job needs to get done because this is the one I need dependable and the one I need to dump money in, but it always gets neglected. So for starters, the caliper seizing up. It's bad. It's bad. I get to a red light, let off the gas, doesn't go anywhere. Vibrates, rattles, rolls, shakes awfully, I know. Out in the car, I don't know for sure, but I really think that tire has a bubble in it. It might be a bad tire because from my butt dyno, it kind of feels like the driver rear is causing a shake or a bounce or whatever. Sorry guys, sorry. A bounce, whatever you want to call it. So after I finish doing all this and replace that's another thing, I have to replace the exhaust manifold gasket because it is completely gone and it sounds like hammered dog poo-poo. On top of that, zero power. And it's right down there. I'm really hoping it's not gonna be too terribly bad. I already have the gasket. Tomorrow when I get home, I'll probably, I gotta go run and do something, but when I come back, that's when I'll probably go ahead and take the caliper off, go run to Advance or wherever and get another caliper. That way I'll have the core charge with me and I don't have to worry about going back, yada, yada, yada. Do that, then work on taking off the exhaust manifold. Then after the exhaust manifold, jack up the rear, check the tire, take it off, have a look-see, and determine that. What are you doing? Jax. What are you doing? Hey. Then I will work on the door handles, inside and out. Like I said, not all of them, but probably half of them. Oh, and on top of all of that, I'm really short on funds because of, I don't know, call it life, but this is all I have to work with. And I went ahead and jacked the car up and put it on the jack stands that I have just to see if they're gonna last or get crushed or fold under the weight of the tiny little car. So it says they're actually rated for 2 ton, but I mean, we'll see. And that, which it doesn't even work half the time. I need to get another one. I really need to get a floor jack, but that's like 180 bucks. I don't know. I mean, I really only need like a 2 ton, but I got that big ass truck out there. I don't know, I want a 3 ton just to be sure, but I'm sure a 2 ton would be fine. So I'll probably do that for like 130 or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight for that. But in due time, I have what I have. Sorry. Now on to tomorrow. And we're back. Let's get started. Okay, so for the sake of this how-to video, we're replacing the exhaust manifold gasket right now or first or however. So the first thing you want to do is remove the heat shield, which is what we did. It's down there on the ground. And after you remove the heat shield, then you got to remove all the bolts or nuts off of the exhaust manifold itself attached to the block. Once we do that, we'll be able to separate it. We might have to disconnect it from the downpipe. And once we do that, then we can pull it off, swap the gasket, take the old gasket out, put the new gasket in there, and put everything back together. So you can see it. So the heat shield went on top of this and these 4 holes or whatever. And we just took the last nut off for the actual manifold. So now I have to go down and it's like a spring. Yeah, right there. That spring bolt, I gotta take that off from underneath the car. Then once we take that off, that disconnects it from the downpipe, and then we'll be able to change everything out. So for obvious safety reasons, along with the jack stands, because they're little and I got them from Walmart, I'm putting the jack under there as well, just to be sure, because the last thing I want to do is get crushed by my POS work car. Well, I am not gonna have to worry about oiling my belt, that's for sure. Hell, or anything under here for that matter. There is the bolts we gotta get. There should be 2 of them. Yeah, 2 of them, there's 2 of them. You can see the other one over there, I don't know. So the major bad thing about working on a car that has a really bad oil leak and is old and all kinds of crap and you don't care too much about it, that's just reaching in there to undo the O2 sensor, because the spring bolt is, when it comes down, it hits the O2 sensor, so you gotta take the O2 sensor out. So there's the O2 sensor. Right there, I gotta take that out, and then I can take the bolt spring out. And then I can pull the header off. So I already loosened these. Just gonna take these off and pull this out. Well, I might need to put the wrench back on that one. Dang it. Scarlett, hand me that wrench, please. It's over there. Please. It's over there. No? It's okay. Oh, did I get you nasty? No. Okay, you're good. Oh, you. All right. So I gotta stick my arm all the way down here so I can bend it and get that. She just pulls right out. Don't lose that gasket. I'm gonna just, no, hold on. So, on the bottom of the exhaust manifold, there's like a little ear pokes out and connects to the car, the frame. I don't know what it does, but that's what was holding it. So, unbolted that, now we pull it out. And here it is, right there. So, just clean the surface area where you took off the header, everything like that. Make sure there's not gonna be anything between the gasket and the manifold and the block and anything like that to cause to not have a good seal. Otherwise, you're gonna have the same issue. So make sure you clean it, prep it, put everything back together. Got the new gasket on. There it is. Surface area is clean. Now I'm gonna put the header back on and try to bolt everything back up. And that should be it for this project.